Hello everybody, it's Painting with Nicola here. Now I'm posting this on YouTube and some of you may wonder, what on earth am I doing? Well, I'll let you into a secret. I was doing a live event, a live broadcast or a live stream as we call it, and everything went wrong. Everything went wrong. Technology let me down, everything crashed, and it was just not very nice. So what I thought I'd do is just leave it, walk away, and come back tomorrow and start again. So what I've been doing is this live event to tie in with the Olympics. So the idea was for the period that the Olympics are on in Paris, and as I live in France, was design a poster. So what did we did? We started off with lesson 1, which was doing your colours of the flag, and now I've got as far as putting the Eiffel Tower in the middle. The Eiffel Tower has got to be the major symbol of France, of Paris. So that's what we're going to do. So, like all creatives, sometimes things don't work out. As with your painting sometimes. So you just have to walk away from it. In fact, I produced this little book some years ago. It's just a notebook for saving things and making notes. And one of the quotes I put in is mine: if it's not going well, walk away and look at it tomorrow. I think it's a very good one with any job, really. And also remember, it's only a piece of paper. And oh yeah, this is what this little book is good for. Make notes of how you made a tricky colour or solved a recurring problem. So anyway, that's available on Amazon. So getting back to this, I was thinking about this Eiffel Tower, and I did all sorts of scribbles. I was trying to be a bit more arty, you know, something a bit different. But then I remembered I did a painting some years ago, and this is a course on my school, and it's just a fun, light-hearted, not to be taken seriously painting with things that make me think of France, okay? Now I used the Eiffel Tower as my letter A, and I suddenly remembered, oh, I bet I've got the tracing somewhere, and lo and behold, I had. And lo and behold, it just happened to be the right size. So I popped it in there. Now, I was going to tuck part of it behind one of these colours, but that didn't quite work out. So we're going to do the whole thing. Okay. Now, to get the tracing from the paper, just get this out so you can see what it was. There you go. There's the A. I use something called trace down paper. When you use this, just be careful, because when you put pressure on it, you're going to get a trace down mark. So I traced down the Eiffel Tower, then I just tidied up the bits with an eraser to get rid of the marks. Now, so what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to use paint, I'm going to use a watercolour pencil. This is by Derwent, it's called Burnt Oxide, and it's quite a nice colour. Black was going to be too black, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to use this, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this little rule, and I'm pressing down quite a bit. Get all the straight bits in. It's got a bit wonky there, that's okay. Get this one. So remember, watercolour pencils are very useful. They also do a range called Ink Tense, which are lovely, vivid colours. So that's Derwent. I will put the details in the description box below. If you're not sure how to find the description box below, at the beginning of my title it'll say see more, and that's what you do. Okay, click on see more and it'll open up the description box, and that will also be where details of my own online school is featured. I'm not being too fussy about this. It's only a bit of fun. So the broadcast last night just fell apart. It was dreadful. Technology is great when it's going well, but sometimes, eek. Right, now I'm going to do this freehand. It's up to you. There is some brickwork or something around here. I didn't want it to be, look, if you're going to do every girder, you're going to go slightly crazy. So now I'm rubbing out, those are the bits of trace down, which is like pencil marks, okay? And it won't rub out your watercolour pencil. Now what I'm going to do is get a brush, wet it. Let's start at the top. I'm just going to put a piece of something down there because it's very hot today. And I'm just going to agitate. Because I haven't actually decided what I'm going to do with all these girders. So, if you're not sure, just gently, gently. Now look, that brush has gone over there, so let's just, if I rinse my brush off, clean water, in fact I could use a smaller brush, that would be sensible, wouldn't it? But I've got this one in my hand now. Don't be so precious. A lot of you have this perfect drive, it's called, and part of this, doing this live poster thing, was to just help you see that things go wrong. Ah, now look, that's something I hadn't anticipated. I've lifted the blue with my Eiffel Tower line. Okay, so we're going to have to put some girders in. You see, what I wanted to do was to just give the Eiffel Tower some shape. You see, you can't always anticipate everything. But there was a picture I saw. Let's just let it all blend in. I wonder what? I wonder. This is what you need to do. Approach every painting with the wide-eyed wonder of a child. Is that a gap there? No, I don't think it is. Okay, right, we'll go over it. What I mean by that, a lot of you, and I'm guilty of it as well, you go into something and you say, right, it's going to look like this, and it's going to be wonderful, and it will of course be perfect, etc, etc. But if you can approach, I've just rinsed my brush and wet it again. Bring that here, I suppose. You see that? Yeah. If you can just let things happen sometimes. That's where you often learn. You know, we wouldn't have a lot of things in the world today if some scientist or artist hadn't said, I wonder what would happen if we did this, which is what I'm doing here. And now I know what happens if your technology goes crazy. I come back to it the next day after a refreshing night, and I just, now look. Now you've got to be careful when you do this sort of stuff that you don't lift the paper surface. That's okay. And over here, now I haven't rinsed my brush, I'm taking what bit of blue there is over to the red. I'll just mess about with it. This is what a lot more painting is about, and learners particularly. It's very good for you just to, you know, really play. You see, you're trained from an early age to do things a certain way and get things right. But this isn't what it's about, not this. Oh, I think that's rather fun. Okay, I'm going to turn it round because it makes it easier for me to do this. Just getting that watercolour pencil activated. Now remember, your watercolour pencil is nothing more than a solid rod of watercolour paint, and there's a hair, probably from my assistant Bruno, who I think is going to need his own Instagram account soon. You see, it's rather nice doing that with the watercolour pencil. And for those of you who are not happy painting straight lines with a brush, then that's nice too, it makes it easier. Now, we still have the word Paris to put in. Just agitate that a bit more. And I thought fireworks might be nice. So let's just go over here. So what I'm doing, because the colours have merged, I'm just making sure that it sort of shows a bit everywhere. That's okay, that's fine. Now, what happens if we come back with this? Oh, that's still damp. Oh. Okay, now look, this is not three-dimensional, but why not just put a few, where's the picture? I'm not using a rule. You can if you want to. It's okay, you can, but I just want to make this really playful. And for those of you who like these other little facts and things, Eiffel, dear Gustav Eiffel, who designed and built the structure of the Eiffel Tower, Parisian. He also had a mate called Frederick Bartholdi, who's also Parisian. And he helped Frederick do the iron structure for the Statue of Liberty. There you are. All sorts of interesting facts you never knew. And there is, in fact, because he did a mock-up. I mean, look, the guy didn't go straight to New York and say, look, here's your statue. He did a smaller version, like I'm always suggesting to you to plan and do your problem solving before you get to your masterpiece. And he was the same. He made a smaller version, which is on the same somewhere, I can't quite remember where. Just put it here we go. Look, that's what we do to cover up those bits of blue. We just put a bit more of that on. Okay, I'll wet the brush again. Now you can see that the marks are heavier here because the surface was more moist, was damper than down here. Just don't want it to We've also got the number 2024 to put on. Okay, look, I think that's going to do for me. Now, okay, a little forewarning. There are 2 more sessions left to complete this. So the word Paris needs to go on, and the date, and a few fireworks, I think. So look in your box of bits or your children's bits of artwork and think about some glitter or some stars. And I might use a stencil for the word. I don't know. We'll see. Now, could I put a P there, an R there, an I and an S? Would that work? 2024? I don't know. Let's think about it. Always stop, walk away, think about it, and get back to it. So this is, you know, it's a big learning all round. It's a learning for me about doing live broadcasts. It's also a learning for you to stop being so precious that everything is perfect and just have some fun. Okay, thank you very much for your patience, those who attended last night. And those of you who haven't a clue what's going on, I'll put some information in the box below. Thank you very much. Wherever you are in the world, keep safe and keep painting. Bye for now.